Live, please give me a moment. I'll make sure everything is working fine and we shall get started. Okay. Looks good. Everything seems to be working fine. So let's get the show on the road. Hello and a very warm welcome to you from a very wet and cold UK. Well, at least where I am in Leighton Buzzard. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon over here, and it's time for a bit of Google Ads. Every weekday we go live at this time to cover topics such as Google Ads, digital marketing, video ads, pretty much anything and everything to do with generating more leads or sales for you and your business. Obviously, these sessions are all completely free of charge, and there's no sign up required either. You can join in at your leisure, and the format of these sessions is very informal and friendly. So if you are new here, a warm welcome to you as well. And the way these sessions work is I'll cover the topic of the day, and then towards the end of the session I will revert to the comment box, and if there are any questions in there I will try my best to answer them for you. Thursdays are all about Q&As, so we don't cover any topics as such. All the questions which have been sent across to me during the week, I'll put them up on a slideshow and then answer them for you. So what we do is I'm gonna bring up my slides, and we'll start with the first question of the day from Chris. I have a question though. Why do we need to put all three mesh types in an ad group in the first place? There is no reason why you have to put all three mesh types in the first place. That's how most people do. There are a number of reasons for this. First of all, people don't know how to make multiple ad groups with each mesh type in its own ad group. It takes 3 times more work. Secondly, some people are a bit lazy. They just want to throw in everything in one place in an ad group and get started, which I would not recommend. You run any campaigns where you just start for the sake of it. You need to spend a bit of time and put in a bit of effort to get the campaign set up the right way, because there are lots of different ways you can set up the campaign, and whatever you want to get out of these campaigns and however you feel comfortable setting these up, you do it that way. So if you want to put all three mesh types in one ad group, by all means, nothing is stopping you from doing that. The only thing I would recommend is that you keep those mesh types or those keywords very relevant to each other. You don't want lots of different types of keywords, because they will not be relevant to your ads, and then you are going to find your quality score is not right, not high, and you are going to lack the relevancy in the ads as well. So that's the first part of that question. Why can't we just have different keywords with BMM on them in an ad group? This is what I just told you. You do not want to have different keywords in an ad group, because let's say you are selling apples. So this is a good example. We have red apples and we have green apples. You can put both of them in the same ad group and start your campaign. But what if you were to separate them out? Have a red apple ad group and a green apple ad group, and then the ad for the red apples will say, we have the best red apples here, buy now. and the green apples will say we have the best green apples here, buy now. So when someone is searching for a green apples, they see that ad just about green apples, nothing to do with any other kind of apple, whether be it golden apples or red apples or any other kind of apple, right? So this is why we want to keep them as separate. Keeping them as separate means you need more ad groups and more ads. So if you put that work in upfront, you are going to really get rich dividends or results afterwards. This is why we keep them separate. You want to make it as granular as possible with all these keywords, and get the most volume, which is fine, with a great negative keyword list. Well, negative keyword list will not help you in any way because your keywords are not relevant to the ad. I don't want to show my ad for the red apples when someone has searched for green apples. It's got to be as relevant as possible, although it's close enough, but in my opinion, it's not good enough. Are there different options? Okay. Are there different options for different mesh types? Now we're not going to go into the science of the auctions. All I'm trying to do is to keep things simple and not very complicated. That's what you want to do. And if that's the case, how do we know which mesh type performs the best? So if I have, you can have a green apple as phrase, BMM, and exact in an ad group, and then you will see the data in it. But if I had a ad group just for BMM, green apple BMM, green apples exact, green apple phrase, then at ad group level I can very quickly and easily see which one is working and which one isn't working very well. In our agency we work pretty much at ad group level. Very little is done at keyword level. So I would make them all separate, one keyword in an ad group, and see what happens. Although the exact match is not what we used to call SKAGs, single keyword ad groups, since exact match keywords aren't exact matched anymore, SKAGs don't work as well as they used to be. But even though I've kept them as 3 separate ad groups, I know I can see the data separately and I can bid differently as well. Although you can bid differently if all the 3 keywords were in the same ad group. So what are we looking at? Good CTR, good quality score, good cost per conversions. Well, obviously we want the right or the good cost per conversions, the number of conversions, and the conversion rate. These are the most important metrics. But all these other metrics like the CTR, impressions, clicks, they lead us to that. If you don't get the impressions or the clicks and the CTR, you're not going to get any impressions. Oh, I beg your pardon. You're not going to get any conversions. So that's how we would look at the data. You can look at the data in a variety of ways. If you're not getting conversions, then we need to look at some other metrics like micro goals. If you set up, if anyone viewed my video, stayed on the website for 2 or more minutes, visited multiple pages, or clicked the add to cart button but abandoned the cart and went away. So all these other metrics do come into play, and not only we look at the macro conversions, which are the conversions, we need to look at all these other metrics as well. So hope this answered your question. So if you are watching this live or even as a recording, then you keep putting them up your questions in the comment box. I'm going to come on to those in a minute, and I can see some questions already in there from Anish. Thank you. And Mr. Unknown 007. Oh, you're back. The bond is back. Lovely. Good to see you guys here. Okay. I want your help, please. Send me your Instagram page. Well, I don't know why would you need my Instagram page, but my details are there anyway at SF Digital, and our details on the of the website. All our details are there. The WhatsApp number is there as well, should you wish to contact us. So there's a variety of ways you can get in touch if you need our help. So thank you for that. And thank you for all these kind comments as well. I truly appreciate it. It makes my day. I know it that at the end of this computer screen where I keep talking to every day, there are people hearing me and following me. So truly appreciate your kind words, and yeah, keep them coming in. It takes my ego up even further. And if you need help with training and coaching, then this is our coaching program, Google Ads Like a Boss. And you will learn pretty much anything and everything you need with regards to Google Ads, video, digital marketing, Google Analytics, Tag Manager, Display Network. You can find some more information on the URL over here, and book in a strategy call with me and see if we are a good fit for each other and how we can help you take your AdWords know-how and expertise to the next level. Here's another a question about someone needing help for Google Display Network. That's the WhatsApp number, and that's our website. I have never seen an example of an optimized app campaign. Can you please show that in one of your sessions? Unfortunately, I can't share my client data, so I can't show you actual results. But optimized app campaign, do you mean by you're not getting conversions or anything like that? So if you can resend this question again, I'll try and answer that for you. Okay, I'm about to start dynamic search ads. Good. Seeing the many benefits. Okay. But after scrolling through the many comments on YouTube about DSA, which is called dynamic search ads campaigns, most are negative, mentioning irrelevant traffic and a lower conversion rate. May I know what's the truth of it all? Well, if you look at these comments by people who don't know what they're doing and don't know how to set up the DSA campaigns, then obviously you're going to read the majority of the people saying that it is a waste of time and waste of money. For those who know how to set these up properly, you can get immense value out of it, and for a couple of reasons. First of all, if you are running a shopping campaign, DSAs work wonderfully well because we can start to see a lot of search queries which the ads were shown for, and we can keep adding them in, which also helps the shopping campaign as well. Around 15 to 20% of search terms on Google have never been searched before each day, every day. So today there will be people searching on Google which have never been searched before, tomorrow and day after, and so on. These are all brand new search terms because of the voice. We are talking into our phone and asking Google, hey, where can I buy the best running shoes or football shoes, and so on. Quite often you will find all these long tail keywords, and DSA campaigns is the best way to find these. And I'm hunting and searching for these keywords, search terms, to help me with all my other campaigns, including search, shopping, and so on. So if you're just looking at direct conversions, then perhaps you may not get the like-for-like results. But what I find that quite often the DSAs have performed even better than the search campaigns. And the other great thing about DSAs, you don't even need to write the full ads. All you do is put in the description, and Google is going to look at your landing page or the website and make up the headlines, which we don't know what they write, but it does work. Trust me. And the other bit is you don't need to worry about keywords and the match types and the bidding and all that. It's all, bidding, you can, match types, you don't need to worry about it. It's all taken care of, and you don't need to do any heavy lifting. Google does it for you. Try it. If you find that you are not getting the results, keep at it. See what's happening and how you've structured the campaign. Unless I see your campaign structure, I really can't comment why you are not getting the results. But don't just listen to others on the internet. Try it, test it yourself, and then come to a conclusion. Okay, another question. What do we do then to the keyword match types which are not performing well after we have put all three? Bid less or stop them. Yeah, reduce bids or pause them. That's what I just said. And then leave the ones performing well to run. Exactly. So how long do we take before making that decision the match type isn't performing well? Different people work differently. So for example, if I have a cost per acquisition of, let's say, $50, and if that keyword or that particular match type has spent 3 times or 4 times more, so let's say spent 400 and not given me a conversion, I would stop it or start reducing the bids a lot. Bid less by 50%. If it keeps on spending more, absolutely stop it. But if it has got some conversions, but it's still giving me a CPA of about 150, I would then start to reduce the bids to get the CPA down, to see if I can bring it down to my target CPA. So that's how I would do it. So you just need to keep on optimizing your bids, and for sure stopping any expensive keywords which is eating up your budget and not giving you any results. So make video of Google Ads for washing machine service repair campaign. Okay, so if you would like to send me your URL of your website, I'll certainly make one and pencil this in for you. But I will make a note. If you don't send it to me, I will make a campaign or an ad for your washing machine service repair campaign. If someone has a brand new website and wants to run a Google ad, how can he generate maximum turnover? Any tips? So the first comment I will make just by looking at this question is, don't go after the turnover. You've got to look at the profitability, how much profit you are making. You can do a turnover of $1 million. If you don't make a profit, there's no point in putting in so much effort. Try to switch your focus to maximizing your profitability. And Google Ads can certainly help you do that. And then once you reach that profitability target or the number, say ROI of 300% or ROAS ROAS of 300 and a target cost per acquisition of, let's say, $100, that if you acquire a lead or a customer at this price, you will be profitable, then you will certainly be able to scale it. Google has the capacity and the capability to scale. It has got so much traffic, and if you are running a campaign in a local area, and you just looking at search, then you look at display, you look at YouTube, you look at Gmail, you look at DSA campaigns, you look at dynamic, beg your pardon, look at remarketing campaigns. So many ways you can reach out to your audience and get yourself in front of those people who may be interested in your product or service. And you'll start to get more leads and sales. The key to it, so this is your brand new website. I presume it's a brand new business, because my business has been running 18 years. I may have a brand new website tomorrow. It doesn't mean that I have to start all over again. The brand is the same, right? So I presume what you're asking is, it's a brand new business. Got to go after the top of the funnel traffic first of all. You will need to invest in that, because if people don't know you or aren't aware of you, they are never going to buy from you. So although we all need and want conversions, you definitely need to go top of the funnel, run display ads, video ads. And video ads and display are so cheap, it's unbelievable. Not many people run them, and you can hit your audiences for tens and tens of thousands of times over a period of time. And you will start to see that, yes, I'm starting to get direct traffic, I'm starting to get brand traffic as well. And this is how companies are built up, by people not looking for searches or looking on the Google search page. When they want a dentist or a doctor, they know which company to go to, because they have seen the ads so many times. Perfect example is Coca-Cola, biggest brand, one of the biggest brands in the world. Apple, do they need to advertise? They don't, but they invest billions in there, because they need to keep their name in front of those people, everybody in fact. And this is why they invest in the brand awareness. What are the important metrics for Google Ads? God, it really depends what the goals are. If it's for brand awareness, you will have a different set of metrics compared to a video campaign, compared to a shopping campaign, and so on. So it really is extremely difficult for me to answer this question. Although the bottom line is the conversions, cost per conversions, and the conversion rate. These are the most important metric, but how to reach there is by having all these different types and kinds of campaigns for top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. And then you start to get the audiences in from the top, keep shoving them down the bottom to get the conversions. Now, before I switch over to the questions which have been put up, what I want to show you guys and tell you guys is to how we repurpose the content for our video content. So you've seen all these different screenshots of these questions, right? These were sent to me on YouTube, or in the comment box, like you have done. Some of you have just put up there. On WhatsApp, some of these come through, right? I take a screenshot of those, I made a video out of it. So this is what we call repurposing the content. And this is what you want to do as well. If you are getting all these questions, there is no reason why you shouldn't be doing it, because I hear this a lot. Oh, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. I run out of content for the videos. You will never run out of content. So I've done this once, right? Then I'm going to take each one of these and make a 60-second video and a 20-second video. Instagram Reels, and there's one more, YouTube story, LinkedIn stories. They upload up to 20 seconds. The rest of the networks, the vertical videos, load up to 60 seconds. So then I'm going to make 2 more videos out of all the same questions. So you see how I've gone about creating content out of already the questions which have been sent to me 3 times. Once in this live stream, then we're going to make 2 more videos out of these. So this is how you want to be doing this, and start putting up video content just by shooting with your smartphone. 20 seconds is nothing. 60 seconds is nothing, but you got to get started. And here's the URL for those of you who missed this at the early part of the session for our coaching program, if you're interested in improving your digital marketing. Okay, now I'm going to go to the questions. If you haven't put those in yet, please do so, and we can start answering them. Just give me one moment. Okay. All right, the first question is from Anish. So I can then make this into a smaller video as well, the short version, but I'm going to reply to it now. I'm from Nepal. Okay, welcome. While setting up Google Advert account, I couldn't find an option of my country in country section. What can I do? Can I continue with other country location? I'm not sure. Why is that? You should be able to advertise in Nepal. I know there are a few countries where you can't advertise, including China, which is one of them. Nepal should be there. If you can't find it, get in touch with the Google support through the live chat or send them an email. I'm not sure because I've never run campaign in Nepal, so I can't answer that for you. And you should not select any other country location, because if you can't service that country, you are just spending money for the sake of it and getting irrelevant traffic. The first thing I would do is to look at, or just go to Google and say, can I advertise in Nepal using Google Ads? Google Support Center will come up and it will say yes you can, or no you can't. My WhatsApp number, I've just given it to you on the screen, and here it is again. I'll put it in the comment. Yeah. Okay. Alamgir. Hi Alamgir. Which tool is recommended to check competitors' keywords in real time? Alamgir, to be honest with you, I don't worry too much about the competitors. I know that when I'm running my ads, I'm running it the right way first of all, and the way to keep an eye on them is through the auction insights under the keywords, and you will see which are your other competitors who are advertising. At least you'll get the URL. I'm not sure how accurate the data is, to be honest with you, but it is the Google data, so it should be pretty accurate. But to be honest with you, I don't worry too much about the competitors. I tend to focus on my campaigns and try to do as best as I can. Hi Sajid. Sometimes you run an ad by setting a calculated amount and you're expecting something in return. What happens if some people deliberately click on your ad from many devices from the same place and put you out of the game? Well, unfortunately, that is the sad part of the Google Ads. It's nothing to do with Google Ads, it's the people, your competitors, and some evil people out there. And what I believe in is karma. What goes around comes around. If you click on other people's ads deliberately, you're going to get the same in return, and then you should not make a fuss about it. You can put in some click fraud apps, and also if you find that you are getting repeatedly clicked from a certain IP address, you can block that in. Plus, Google has also got its own pretty sophisticated invalid clicks options in there, which will stop the invalid clicks. But unfortunately, this is part and parcel of Google Ads, and that is why it's even more important that you start your video marketing, build up your brand. On a live call like this, I've got a handful of people watching me, and then there'll be lots of other people watching me afterwards. Where are my competitors going to click? They can't, unless they just like the dislike button, which is fine, because it also YouTube will also see that as an engagement, so they're going to do me a favor. So my engagement on YouTube is going to increase. So that's what you want to do, is to start going away from the search network. There will be click frauds on the GDN as well, but it's less cost, obviously. But if you set up your targeting precisely, you are going to get very less irrelevant and fraudulent clicks on your ads. Hi, Chris. Is that the same Chris which I just answered a couple of questions? So no, keep sending them in, Chris. These questions were really good. Concerning the first question I was asking, based on keywords that are similar together, the green apple, okay. So there is another comment. So I was saying, why not put those keywords as BMM and get lots of volume? You can put in BMM. I'm not saying you don't, but what you do is try it and see what happens, and you'll be pleasantly surprised that you are getting a better return or an ROI on the phrase match. So these match types are there for a reason, to test out and try it. Unless if the BMM is not working, then what will you do? So you will have to go to phrase or exact. So why not start from the beginning and see what happens? So all these keywords will go in the same auction, but the pricing and the bidding will be exact. Usually is the most expensive one because it's the exact match. So I hope that I made myself a bit clear. Sajid, hello. Practicing Google Ads for many years and starting it as a fresher. Okay. Does it affect your campaign? I mean, does Google see your history and loyalty you put behind you on top? I don't know about loyalty, I guess, but the history certainly will. The AI is getting more and more powerful, so it's going to look at the history. Now, if you have set up the conversion tracking the wrong way, the algorithm will be misled, thinking, well, you were looking for such and such conversion. So a good example would be, I've seen many campaigns where the conversion is set up to a visit of a page and not the thank you page. So anybody who goes through that click onto a particular URL is classified as a conversion, which will give you a 100% conversion. So every time I see 100% conversion, I know straight away, even without looking at it, that it's been set up the wrong way, because you can never have a 100% conversion rate. And if you do get 100% conversion rate, I want to meet you and ask you how you are doing it. So you need to make sure that you do that. I'm just going to switch off my Slack, otherwise it's going to keep pinging away over here. Just give me a moment. I should have done it before. Okay. Shashank saying how to grow my Google Ads career. Well, you need to be good at it, and once you are good at it, people are going to come to you. And this is what we teach in the coaching program, how to become really, really good very quickly. Chris, you're referring to that green apple example again. I'm just having a quick read through. Putting green apple in an ad group with similar words with different mesh types. Is it possible that one mesh type is way cheaper than the other, and that's why we put all three mesh type? Yeah, they won't all be the same price. Try it and you will see, and you'll be pleasantly surprised that one is performing way better than the other one. So Sashing, this is about you working as a PPC executive, how to grow in a company. The only way to, I believe what you're asking is how to get promotions in a company is to perform better. It's just like a player in the football team. If you start scoring goals and you're good at your game, you're going to pay a lot more. So this is why Messi and Ronaldo are paid the most, because they are the best, and that's how you want to do. Be the best in your company, and make sure you are so good that the company cannot afford to lose you. They are going to panic should you decide to leave that company, and that's what you want to be doing. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate your kind words. Yeah, keep your questions coming in and I'll keep them answering for you if I can. And all these opinions and replies which I make, these are my personal opinion. It doesn't mean that what I say is, you follow it as gospel. It's my experience, and this is why I always say test it. Don't just listen to me or the others. Listen, read, watch everybody, and then you make up your own mind as to how you go about running your own campaign. Because something which works for you may not work for me, and something which works for me may not work for you. So you don't want to be saying, oh, well, Uzair said, do this, and when I did that, it didn't work out. Well, it could be a number of reasons. So if it doesn't work out for you, move on, test something different. Good. I'm glad, Chris, you understood what I was trying to explain. Hi, Avinash. How many remarketing audience we can use in discovery campaign? I mean, 4 to 5 audience is good, or only one audience is enough to perform well or good? Well, as many audiences you've set up in Google Analytics, you use them and see which one is performing the best. Again, this is throwing a lot of things on the wall and see what sticks. If you don't test it, you'll never know what's happening. So you could have a 3-day audience, 15-day audience, 30-day audience, and then start remarketing that way. Hi, Manvinder. Is it possible that if we run a campaign for clients, and we will definitely get the results from the campaign? Okay, so what you're saying is, if you run a campaign, you definitely get the results. No, there's nothing definite about it. And how quickly I'm running campaign for e-commerce but not getting good result. This again comes to how are you expecting your results? Are you expecting a result in 3 days or 30 days or 90 days? And secondly, you may set up the best campaign in the world. What if the problem is on the website? What if the add to cart button is broken, or the payment processing doesn't work, or the buy now button is hidden in such a place where most people, when they land on that page, can't even see it. It's not your fault, is it? Unless you made that website. Most clients will not accept that. Oh, there's nothing wrong with my website. I've been using it for years. This is what I get. When I tell them this is not going to work, oh, well, we've had this website for years. Well, exactly why? Because this is an old website. It's like an old car. You're trying to race each other competitors, and you need to have the fastest and the latest car. I'm not saying spend lots of money every year to update your website. You need to update your website because there's always something new which comes out. You need to have a fast website. The page loading speed is critical, and this is what you want to do. But unfortunately, many clients will not accept that, and they will just blame it to the PPC guy or the Google Ads person or the agency. Well, you're rubbish, you can't give me the results. What if the pricing is really bad? Either too high, too low, the quality of the product is not very good, the photos used on the website aren't very good. So there's so many different variables you need to go through. You look at from the start on your ads, because you can control everything on the ad side. You know your keywords or the audiences are right. You know your ads are getting clicked by the relevant audience, because when they see the ad, they like what they see, they click on it. Your CTR is good. When they land on the website, you know that they are not bouncing off. If they were, that means it's junk traffic, so you can do something about it. They're spending 3-4 minutes on the website trying to buy that product, but somehow they're not buying. That's the question you need to ask them. Not the people looking around, but the client. Why aren't they buying? There is something wrong over here, so we need to look into it. And this is why most advertisers give up within a matter of days. Oh, well, I've spent $200, waste of money. You are buying intelligence data from Google. It can never be wasted. And without this testing period, you will never get results. So you can't expect results from day one. And if you've told your client that, well, I'm going to run the campaigns and you're going to get a 4x ROAS, then it's your fault, unfortunately. You shouldn't say that, because the client, you have now set their expectations that way. Where am I? Sajid. Sometimes I run an ad. I can see it I can see it at certain time period and it disappears. Though I set the radius thing, how to check that it is visible in all that area? Well, what you are trying to say is sometimes the ads are showing and sometimes it isn't. It's the budget issue, most probably. You're running out of budget, so Google will not show. If you haven't got the budget to last 24 hours or in your ad schedule, your ads will never show 100%, and you don't want to be showing your ads 100% all the time. You want to have a high search impression share, because if you are bidding too much and you're showing your ads all the time, you will be paying way over the odds. You're welcome, Sajid. Abdul Rahman, Mr. Barry, okay. Can we make a call ad campaign and search ad campaign with the same keyword simultaneously? Yes, why not? We do this all the time and see which one is working better. Call ads will be a lot more expensive in the click wise, but conversion wise they will be high as well, because somebody's on the phone to you and the ball is in your court than whoever is answering from the company to convert the lead. Hi Avinash. I'm running 2 search campaign with same one with RLSA, okay, and the second one is simple without putting any audience. Well, you don't need to run 2. You can run it with RLSA on the same one, because if somebody has come to your site and then they've gone back again to search, your RLSA will kick in. So you don't need to do two, just use one. You're just making um, more work for yourself. Hi Savita, I want to work with YouTube. Well, you want to work at YouTube or you want to work with video marketing? So it's two different things. Abdul Rahman, I want to ask, like, I'm managing ad campaign for a construction company, and can I make a call ad at the same time? Yeah, I've just answered that for you. Sorry. You're most welcome, everyone. And the last one from Vishnu Dev, how to stop click fraud. You can't. There will always be click fraud. There will always be evil people in the world clicking on ads. And as I said earlier on, what goes around comes around, and they are going to get the same in return. So you focus on your campaigns, and as I said earlier on, try to go away from search campaign, build up the brand. That is the key. You need to put in the resources and the effort and the money in there. It's not an overnight thing. Building up a brand is expensive as well as time consuming. I started my video marketing campaign video marketing journey about 3 years ago. In fact, I did started videos 10 years ago, but I wasn't doing it properly, and I was starting. But now I'm doing this consistently, as you can see, and it's paying rich dividends. We get clients, we get leads, we get good returns on our investment and our time. So it's worth doing it. Sashank saying, what is the best and the fastest way to learn Google Ads? It's on your screen, my friend. That is the best way and the fastest way. I'm going to make you a ninja. And we got about a handful of, we just started this program last month. We got about 13 or 14 on the course right now, and it's growing. And we've had people who could not get any results on the campaign, and within 3-4 weeks they are starting to get results. So I'll make you an expert, all of you. Yeah, just give me a shout and we can have a chat. There's no harm in chatting and see what we can do for you. Sajid, does it a good practice to run same ad from 2 different sites just to keep out your competitors? You're playing a very risky game, my friend. Google is not stupid, and if they find out that you are trying to gain an unfair advantage over other competitors, you will get suspended, and then that's it. You can kick and shout, scream, they will not let you in. So don't do it. Unless it's a completely different site or a different arm of the corporate company, that's different matter. But don't try to run the same URL or the same ads from 2 different accounts. For a new campaign, should I use manual CPC or max clicks? I always start with manual CPC, get the data in, and then see how it goes. Thank you all. If you have enjoyed the session, then I would truly appreciate if you give it a little thumbs up on there and share it, because we want this to go out to everybody who is struggling and get as many people to Manvinder. Manvinder, I'll just put this over here. Courses dot. All the courses are over there as well, and you can have a look at it. So thank you very much. Do Google Ads certification have good content? How much does your course cost? Look, send me a WhatsApp message and we can have a chat, Shashank. These sessions, I don't want to use it as a selling tool. I want to give good value, answer as many questions as you guys want. This is why I stay till the end to see if anybody has got any more questions. But yeah, get in touch with me, and then there are lots of different options available, and it really depends on what you want, and then I can go um, and answer your questions. You got my WhatsApp numbers, all of you have. Yeah, just give me a shout. How to return, how to get the refund for invalid clicks? It will come through in your billing account. You don't even need to ask Google. They're they're very good, in fact, with regards to the invalid click. And if you feel that there have been invalid clicks, they will fully investigate it as well. Okay, brilliant. That was a lovely session. Thank you so much, everyone, for the amazing and good questions. Some of them were really good, and I enjoy answering them. And this is why I keep the Thursdays, just to answer questions and answer as many questions as I can. So tomorrow it will be my wife who will be talking about branding, I think. And then I'll be back again on Monday. So till then, have a great weekend. Stay safe. And I truly appreciate your time and your questions. So till then, goodbye.